Hey friends, it's Gina. Welcome to the Rebookery channel. Today I'm going to do a super short process video on my hopes and dreams and plans for my garden. And so this one's going to go in my garden journal. And I hadn't been in my garden journal for a couple of weeks and things are starting to pile up. So keeping true to my plan that I set out a few weeks ago, I need to keep plugging on with my garden journal and get photos and stuff caught up before I can start in my new cookbook journal, which I am still dying to get started on. So today I'm going to start the section of hopes and dreams and plans that I wanted to put in this garden journal. And I actually have a few of these dreams that we've put into action, like we've actually done what we set out to do. So this is going to kind of be some, in this section, kind of like a before and after. So I have some ideas on how I'm going to show the before and afters. In my next video, I think I'm going to show you guys some cool ways to do fold outs, foldables, flaps, pockets, all that good stuff. And as a teacher, foldables are one of the things that I have my kids make all the time. So I kind of love doing things like that. So for this section, I need this divider page, and it was the original one from the garden journal, and I think it said lot planning. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to document some hammocks that we bought. And I know that doesn't sound like a really big dream, but my dreams are pretty simple. So hammocks were something that we wanted. We just never realized we had the right place for them. And then this year we finally got some hammocks and kind of made this whole little area. So the paper that I laid down was some vintage wrapping paper for, I think, weddings. And the reason why I used it is because I love that blue. So I just tore a piece and I put that down. And then I used the tags that came with the hammock. I used that tag on the front, and it was already folded, so I liked that, and I liked some of the words that it had. And then I also liked the image that it had on the front. It's that tropical paradise, and even though I don't live in a tropical paradise, I thought that was kind of cool. So in that tag, I put a small photo of me laying in my hammock, and I'm taking a picture of my feet. And then down at the bottom was another picture of me laying in my hammock. Then up at the top, I put a picture of just some little butterfly or moth that I took a picture of out in this area. So on the back, I want to document the hammocks more, but I want to document more of where we set the hammocks. And I found this poem in one of those child craft books, similar to, actually I think it was the exact same book where I used the rain barrel poem. So I found this poem, and it was about trees and laying under the trees and looking up at the sky. And I thought that would be a great poem to put with this layout. So I just tore the page out of the book and then put it over the entire back. Once I did that, I took this over to my sewing machine, stitched around the edge, added some trim, some fabric. I found a little tag that said a few, and I sewed that at the top because it'll kind of go with a few of my hopes and plans and dreams. And now I'm just adding some paper because I want to put my title on here, and I want my title to kind of stand out. So the tag with that tropical picture, I put some tissue, dress pattern tissue over it because I didn't want it to be the focal point, because this isn't about, tropical paradise. But I still wanted the image to be able to see it. So that tissue paper, when you apply enough glue, it works really well with being translucent, and it allows the images underneath to peek through. So now I'm just stamping with my stamp set that I've been using, and I stamped hopes and then plans. And before I put down plans, I added a little label sticker because I felt like there was too much going on and the words you wouldn't be able to read it. So I stuck a little label sticker down. And then with my tiny stamps, I just added the word and. Then I went to some of my alphabet stickers, and this is something I haven't used in my garden journal, but I have a bunch of alphabet stickers, like I'm sure you do, where a lot of letters are missing, and I just cannot bear to throw those away. So I pulled out a sheet that I liked, and I was able to get DRE. And then I pulled out another sheet, and I got AMS. And instead of putting them together to form the word dreams, I put them one on top of the other so that I could have two words of dreams. And then what I did was just go in with a paint pen and fill in the missing letters. And then to tie the whole thing together so it looks deliberate and it looks like I want those letters to be mismatched, I took my gel pen and I just went over and messy outlined all of the letters so that they have some cohesiveness and it looks like I meant to do that rather than, oh, she just ran out of her alphabet stickers and she had to improvise, which that's fine if you get that feeling from it too. That's okay with me. I'd rather use up stuff than to have to go out and buy new stuff. So while I have my gel pen out, I'm going to go ahead and do the insides of my alphabet stamps so that they kind of pop a little bit. And the front side is pretty much done. So now I want to work on the back side, and this is just going to be super simple because this is all about just putting photos down. That's what this layout is about. It's not about painting and adding ink and artistic techniques and stuff. This was literally just, I want to slap some memories down. I need to get these photos off my desk, which if you've watched my garden journal videos, you know that was my original intent when I made this garden journal. So I play around with where I want the photos. I have this photo of this tree line that we have in our backyard. And there's 12 trees in this tree line. And nothing grows under it. And the roots are all exposed. And when it rains, it floods. And so it's just kind of been dead space. The whole 10 years we've lived here, it's just kind of been dead space. But this year, we transformed it. And when we transformed it, we were able to put the hammocks up, and it's like they should have been there the entire time. So that's why I have that picture down in the bottom right-hand corner, because that was where we ended up and put our hammocks. And the picture is actually before we did our big landscaping. So these pictures that I have now are just of my older son, and he's laying in the hammock. And we originally ordered one hammock, and then as soon as it arrived, I knew we were going to fight over it, so I went ahead and placed the order and got another hammock. So I found some paper that I wanted to back his photos with, and it was just some old scrapbook paper that I have, but it has like crowns on it, like a king's crown. And that's kind of how you feel when you're out there in those hammocks. You just feel like you're the king, and this is what you do. You just hang out all day long and relax. So I put his pictures on that piece of paper, and then I'm going to turn it into a flap with some washi tape so that I can journal on the back. I was going to put that thin tape on the back, the same that I'd used on the front, and then I decided that it was too thin for that space. So I went and got some thicker washi tape that I actually really like and put that in there so the back will has a little hinge. And then just threw down some words, some journaling, how we came across these hammocks, where I got them, how much it cost. And then over on the left-hand side, I wrote down that it's my favorite place to take a nap. Oh my gosh, I have taken so many naps out there in the hammocks. Oh, and the neighbors, they are jealous. They tell us all the time that that we may wake up one day and find them laying in our hammocks. And when we told them that is A-okay. So now I'm done with the back. Now I'm done with the front. It's looking pretty good. Now I need to put it in my garden journal. So this is a section that I had not created. So it's going to go back at the very back of all of my other layouts. And when I'm flipping through, I happen to find these two little tags that when I put my garden journal together, I just stuck those in. And I took them out and I thought, well, I'm not going to use them. And then I tried to put that one back in. And I thought, well, that kind of looks, it doesn't look like it belongs there. And then I got an idea. So the one tag says things to do. The other one says dream. So I thought, what if I put the two things together? So I ripped off the top so that it would fit, and then was too lazy to go to my sewing machine, so I just stapled them together and stuck it right there behind it. And as I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's places to write. Why not write down the dreams that I have? So that's exactly what I did. I started to write down the dreams that we have for our yard as like a little checklist. And like I said, some of these we can check them off of our list. So once I wrote them down, I grabbed a marker really quickly and checked off hammocks because that was one of our dreams. Looking back, I forgot our biggest dream, which our biggest dream is a pool, which we'll probably never get, but I forgot to put that one in there. So there you go, guys. This layout is all done. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. I've got some really exciting news coming up in my next process video that I'm hoping to get out on, this Sunday. It's about some upcoming events that I have going on in the future. Have a great day, guys. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with a friend, and take care. Bye.